shadow work, let's talk about how you not doing shadow work might be blocking your manifestations. This may be the one key piece to you getting everything you need and want for you living your dream life. Your shadow blocks could be stopping you from having your ideal partner, your ideal job, living your ideal home, having that perfect life, that what you're looking for, what you're trying to manifest, inner peace, forgiveness, whatever it is, could be blocked by your shadow blocks. So once we start to do the shadow work, we can start manifesting our dream life. I've been doing a lot of shadow work, relating it with the chakras. And once I started entangling the two together, it actually started untangling the blocks in my chakras and untangling and releasing and letting go of all these shadow blocks, which literally helped me manifest my perfect dream life right now. I'm literally living in, this amazing home in this amazing city. I moved across the country and I have this beautiful life because I started doing the shadow work in the chakras. So working with your chakras on one energy is amazing, and doing shadow work on another energy is amazing. But when you bring the two together, it amplifies it. It broadened my manifestations a lot faster and sooner and got me into alignment with myself. So today we're talking about shadow work meets the chakras, okay? So what we're going to do in just a moment is we're going to this is chakra coaching and card pulls. So whatever's going on in your life, I personally feel we can relate it back to the 7 main chakras. And by doing so, once we start to work with those chakras, right, we get this energy of healing, balancing, and aligning them. But also when we go in and do the shadow work, like I said, it's going to amplify it. So whatever's going on physically, mentally, emotionally, or spiritually, drop your life question, your spiritual awakening question, your chakra question, whatever's going on in your life. I'm going to relate it back to a chakra, and we're going to talk about how it's entangled with your shadow work. So drop your shadow work questions, your chakra questions in the chat, and we will get into shadow work meets the chakras. There's never any charge for these chakra coaching and card pulls. Donations are always appreciated. If anybody does donate, they will take priority in the readings. So we'll get into those in just a moment. Before we do, if you guys have been on with me live, I'm sure you know we always got to clear the energy and set up a sacred space. So I've got some purple sage in here. We're going to light some sage here, clear the energy, and then we'll get into the coaching card pulls in just a moment. So let's get this all beautiful. Thanking the fire element and the air element for being here now. We thank Mother Earth for blessing us with this purple sage. And if you guys would like some sent to you, you guys can close your eyes. Maybe take a deep breath in, and then either out loud or in your head, say I accept, or you can say I receive. Get a little bit more going, just cleansing the energy, the aura, sending some light and love to everybody as we cleanse with the purple sage. Aho, aho, aho. Beautiful. So just keep this kind of burning off to the side. Send some to me as well. And let me see. In the Facebook group, let me see. Beautiful. Okay. Awesome. Brooke, hi. How are you? Good to see you. Pull you a card before you go. Yes. Let's see where we're at. So Brooke was the first one. We're going to jump in, or these comments might be backwards. I'm going to start with Brooke because she's about to go live. She is one of my coaches as well. She's been a business coach I've worked with over the last couple of years, and she does basically something very similar with coaching and card pulls as well. All right, so Brooke, we have a card. So I love this deck because what it does is it shows shadow and light, okay? It did pop up in the shadow side, so this could be a reminder. Let me see what's going on here, and we'll look at the light side as well. So this is a card of living in society. And Brooke, it says, I easily get scapegoated in my family and in other relationships. So when we get trapped in that energy, one, it does relate with the sacral chakra, and I'll pull you a sacral chakra card too. But how we can release that is, it says, I can still feel good about myself, even if someone is angry with me, right? So not giving our power away, because we leak that energy out of our sacral chakra when we give somebody more authority over us, when we let them dictate how we feel about ourselves, how we feel about others, how we feel about the world. When we start looking for that validation outside of ourselves, that is sacral chakra block, right? So no matter what's going on, it says I can still feel good in myself. I'm not going to let somebody else affect my moods and my emotions. So let's grab a sacral chakra card. And I'm honestly really pulled. There's like multiple different decks in here, but I'm really pulled to the first one, which I'm just going to read it because I don't know. This is what it's saying. Oh, I love this. I feel comfortable in my own body and I'm sensitive to other people's feelings. So again, talking about, look at that sacral chakra right here. So I can still feel good about myself no matter what is going on with anybody else. Because we all can be sensitive to other people's feelings, but I'm not going to give my power away. So sacral chakra, look at that. And the next card actually says release, right? So Brooke, these are your cards: shadow work, not giving our power away, stepping into alignment, clearing those blocks in the sacral chakra. Beautiful. Brooke says, oh, cool. What cards are those? This is, honestly, I'm not. God, I got this deck like 4 years ago. This one, I'll have to look up the name. I can't remember. This is my, I have like over 100 decks. I am not so good with the names. Here's the back of the cards. I will find out and either send you a message or I will send you a DM with the cards because I'm honestly not quite sure. All right, beautiful. Let me get back in these comments. Let's see what's going on here. So if you guys have been with me on the last few lives, I've been having all these issues live streaming with now in the Facebook group, because Facebook has like changed all of the rules about going live. And that's what took so long. It took me an hour to figure it out today. And because I can't see the comments over here, which is always fun, in the Facebook group, they kind of disappear. Let me see if I can go into the event and see the comments. Just bear with me 1 second, because I know that there was other comments and it's now not allowing me to see them. Nope, they're in the Facebook group. They're not in the live. Okay, well, I know I saw Baron on here. Let me see. It says 10 comments and it's only showing 3. Martin says, starting a new business. Let's start there. Martin says, do mine. Brooke says, love it. Thank you. Oh, you're welcome. And, I'll check my phone for the comments in just a second. Let me jump on to Martin. Martin is starting a new business. Okay. So what's holding you back? Let's talk about shadow work. What's stopping you? Where is the block here with starting the new business? Is there a fear there? Let's see what's going on. I love it. We got multiple cards. Okay, so we got 9 of Wands, needing to let go of something. 8 of Pentacles, work. This is good. Okay. So this is going to have a good result once we release this. The 9 of Wands kind of stands here alone and might feel a little neglected. There's something about it's not quite achieved yet. But the next card to follow with it being 8 of Pentacles is all about work and a tangible and things coming in. 6 of Cups, it might have to do something with the past here. But when we got the 10 of Wands, again, we want to relate this back to the shadow work and the chakras. So what in the past needs to be let go of? Because that was kind of something that was coming with the 9 of Wands. The 10 of Wands is a burden, right? There's some kind of, we're carrying the weight of the world. Are you carrying the weight of the world and taking responsibilities of solving other people's problems? Are you taking that responsibility of fixing other people? Because is that a burden that you're supposed to carry, right? So there could be something in the past here to address, and I'm feeling more in the root chakra there, because that could be preventing you from going forward with the career. Because we got the 7 of Pentacles after, which is interesting with the 8. So there might be a little bit of a backslide, but what I'm kind of feeling here is the shadow work is we have to review where you're carrying the weight of the world. Where is it you are feeling it's your responsibility to fix and save everybody? That's that 10, and it's right in the middle, the 10 of Wands. And when we look at that and kind of let go or reframe that belief structure of like, hey, I'm here to help and support and guide versus I have to be the one to do this, revisiting that past belief can help you move forward. And again, it feels more entangled in the root chakra, which money blocks can be there, life purpose can be there. So that actually falls beautifully in alignment. And there's some kind of like my outside cards have some red in the middle, the red with all the fire there as well. So it can also be calling upon the fire element to help you transmute or transmute's what I'm strongly feeling, these energies, and then release them in the root chakra to step forth. Okay. All right, beautiful. Let's see. And I'm going to ask you guys to, awesome. Thank you. Well, okay. So, I want to, kind of address what we're doing here for a second, because I know you guys, well, maybe some of you guys know I've been doing the live Tarot Tuesdays for like 4 years now. I don't want to do tarot readings. I really want to address this to your shadow work. So if you can tell me what's going on, your problem, your pain center, because the question of will I connect with my first husband of 45 years ago, these are, honestly, these have been a little bit more tarot questions. And this is one of the first times we're doing these coaching and card pulls. Like, just let's use Martin for an example. Hey, I'm trying to start a business, but I have a fear of success. How do I work through the fear of success to start the business? Now, is that his issue? No, I'm just making that up. I'm using my own stuff here as an example. But like, I don't want to just pull cards and do tarot readings. Those are on Tuesdays on my profile on YouTube. I really want to address this to the chakra coaching and shadow work. So if you guys drop your shadow work question in the chat, we can go ahead and pull cards on that. Okay. Because this week we're talking about shadow work meets chakras, which I talked all about in the beginning of the live. I've been writing posts on it all week. If you guys missed that little intro, you can rewind the video back and go in to hear what I was talking about, the shadow work and the chakras. While we do this, yep, Tammy. So I heard you. I hope you just heard what I was saying. These are not tarot readings. So if you just reframe this into shadow work, I would be happy to for you. This is more coaching. What I do, so I'm a chakra coach, and you're going to get intuitive readings with intuitive coaching. Whatever your shadow block is, we're going to address it. I'm going to correlate it to the chakras. I'm going to pull a card for more validation. So I'm just going to check on my phone for the comments because I don't know why, but the streaming app doesn't show me Facebook comments, and Facebook is only letting me see 4 at a time. And I can see that there's way more than 4. So while you guys get your shadow work questions in the chat, I'm just going to, there we go. Oh, Martin says I'm frozen, and Roxanne says I'm frozen. Can you guys see me? Let me see. On my end on Facebook and here YouTube, it looks okay. I'm not sure if that message was old or not. Let me know if it's still frozen. Okay, so Tammy, okay, we will take that, but yes, we can look at that. Shadow work can affect us mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually. It can affect our career, can affect our travel, can affect our friendships, our money, our mindset. There's so many different areas. So I can pull a general card for you. You probably have many shadow blocks. If you know what's going on, if something that's stopping you, basically, for those that aren't familiar with shadow work, tell me what's going on in your life. What is your problem? Just say, hey, I'm having a hard time manifesting love. I'm going to relate that back to a chakra, and we're going to look at how to work through it. So if this is a little bit too complicated for some people to understand, that's fine. Just what is your problem? Tell me what's going on in your life. What is your big obstacle? What is your challenge? What's going on? I will relate it back to chakras. I will relate it back to shadow work because I feel like maybe I'm not communicating that well. Let's see what's going on for Tammy Kane on Facebook. And if you guys are on YouTube, let me know because it says I'm live on YouTube and I get a lot of comments on YouTube and I'm not seeing anybody over here, which is very interesting to me. Okay. Okay, so we have heart chakra blocks here. So Tammy says, what's going on with the shadow box? This is I won't cry for you. Okay. So a couple things. Like one, I feel it's okay to cry for yourself, but I feel like this is a healing energy of turning on your emotions. Maybe you haven't been feeling them to the deepest of level, which again, heart chakra blockages, which could accumulate over time because of different experiences and just being hurt and let down. And I don't think it's one isolated incident. I feel like a lot of things have happened that kind of shut that off a little bit. So honestly, this is just inviting that love back in, turning those emotions back on because here, this card, the next one says peaceful among the thorns. Like, no matter what happens, I still have my peace. Nobody's going to give that power away. Nobody's going to take my joy away. I'm still going to be happy no matter what's going on. So I feel like your shadow block is addressing that heart center where you need some love, but I really want to bring it back to self first, where you can nurture and honor yourself and where you can bring in more love that no matter what's going on, you are still able to feel the emotions, good and bad, okay? So these are your cards here, Tammy. And I apologize if it was a little confusing in the beginning. I know this is something like brand new we're starting. I tried it a couple weeks ago, it's a learning process. So I think I'm just gonna I feel like I've worked kind of through it and just be what's going on. What is your problem, Mary? What is your challenge? And then I can relate it back to everything for you. Okay. Let me just check the comments again over here because I'm not sure why. Facebook is being funny today. Okay, if you guys have any questions about where you're looking for coaching, anything that you have a problem or a blockage, wherever you're at in life that you're looking for some help, wherever you're stuck in life, drop your question in the chat. Awesome. There's the YouTube. Beautiful. CS Aspirants. Hi. Hello. Welcome. Oh, you go by Princey. Hi. Nice to have you here. Tammy says, thank you. That makes so much sense. Beautiful. For those that are joining, we are doing chakra meet shadow work coaching. So whatever's going on in your life, whatever problem you're facing, put that in the chat in a question form or just a short little summary. And I'm going to relate it back to how you can do shadow work to work through it and how it relates with the chakra. In the meantime, we're going to do a quick collective card pull. Yeah, so Princey, I just kind of explained what we're doing. So I'm not doing random card pulls. You can catch me on Live Tarot Tuesdays. We are doing coaching card pulls. So if you have something going on that you're looking for advice or guidance on, you can drop that into the chat and we can do coaching. All right, so we're going to do a collective card pull. We've got letting go. This is what's going on in the collective right now. Ooh, hole in the soul. Very interesting. Okay, so that's interesting. 2 and 6 make 8. 3 and 6 make 9. 8 goes to 9. So I always see numbers and patterns. Honestly, the letting go feels like a collective wound that revolves more around shame. And it feels like something that we can all address, like something we've all felt at some point in our life or another, because there is this need to let go, but it's not that there's a resistance to let go. It feels more, how do I? And that shame can be really deep in the sacral chakra and a difficult one to face and a difficult one to deal with, right? And so I want to advise with the letting go is it doesn't have to be this huge transformation if I do this huge purge and I let it all go. And honestly feels like a lifetime of work because it's interesting. I almost see like this orange and I'm like unpeeling the orange to get into eat the orange, but it's taking a while and it's peeling back those layers. And so it's reframing into, hey, I don't have to just let this go and release this. This is ever evolving work that's going to happen because this is a collective wound is what I'm picking up on. So it's something we all can continue to address and continue to release. It's releasing. It's not released and done is what I'm kind of feeling is the collective message there. What also goes along with this is whole in the soul. And so this is talking about calling back those broken parts of ourselves that we've lost along the way that aren't really lost, but we feel that we've let go or released. So it's calling back these healed parts of ourselves. It's calling back the good parts of ourselves. It's calling back and reconnecting these parts of ourselves. So it's interesting because as we release, we kind of fill ourselves back up with that goodness. So I like that these two go together. I also feel the hole in the soul. It's interesting. She's holding in this card, she's like has her hand over her heart and it feels like a protection energy. Like, I don't want to let anything in, good or bad. Interesting. That was kind of blending in from the past reading. It's this protection mechanism that's keeping us in the past and the pain because we're afraid to release and let go and open up to more goodness. So honestly, with entangling these two cards together, because yeah, she has the hand on the heart, but I'm still really drawn to these lower chakras, is this daily affirmation of I'm allowing the goodness, I'm receiving the goodness, because there's a wanting and willingness that I'm feeling in this card that, I'm going to say we all, because it's a collective energy, are wishing for, but there's still this like fear to truly be seen and fear to truly like let those walls and that guard down, because she'd have to remove her hand to, she's protecting it. So what would happen if she just truly let go and release, right? So this energy of allowing the goodness to come in, allowing and receiving are the two words that I'm up on here. So this is the collective energy that I wanted to share with you guys that's going on in the shadow and how to work through the chakras, allowing and receiving. Okay. Okay. All right. I guess Princey went back and listened to the earlier message. Says, okay, beautiful. I'm glad we are understanding. And if we don't have any more questions, we might wrap this up here. And then what we'll do on the next one, we'll keep building, right? We'll just keep building and have this be a new thing. And I know you guys are used to the tarot. So we will try this again in a couple Fridays. We'll get on and you guys can just talk about whatever's going on in your life, any problems, obstacles, challenges, or blockages, and I will relate it back to your chakras as I'm the chakra coach. Today, I really wanted to focus on shadow work as I got the shadow deck. And looking at my own shadow work that I need to be a better communicator and figure out how to relate what's going on here. So my own communications, opening the throat chakra here. Beautiful learning lesson for myself. Hopefully you guys got something out of that collective message, or you could relate to a message that from somebody else. If you're listening to that message, I do believe that you were meant to hear it, even if it wasn't for you, if it does relate. And I think with that being the last question, we will wrap up this live here. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and I will see you